Good morning, dear children. As in the last class of class 5, we have almost finished the lesson. Lesson number 4, the plant story. Before this, we have already finished 3 lessons. I have given all the question answers in the blanks. So you should go through the lessons and the question answers also, which I have given earlier. So today, as you can see, I'll be doing one question from chapter number 4, the plant story. Yesterday also I have done the question number 3. Today I will be doing question number 4. And you can see the question, how animals help in the dispersal of seed. So how animals help in the dispersal of seed. So before this, let me give you a quick recap because in the last class we have already finished the whole lesson. So in the lesson, the plant story, we have learned about the germination of seeds. What are the things, what are the elements a particular seed need to germinate. And we have learned about the process photosynthesis and many more things such as explosion. Then how is plant germinate without having a seed, without using a seed also plants can germinate. Plants can germinate such as by stem cutting, or many more things are there as I told you before also. So let me give you a quick recap of the whole lesson. First we have discussed about the growing of plant, and the first question of the lesson, the first question which I have given you is, what are the things required by a seed to germinate? So what was the answer? The answer was, a seed needs warmth, proper nutrition, sunlight and water to germinate. Also I told you what is the importance of growing plants. So as I told you, growing plants is important as our life largely depend on them, such as for shelter, for air, in bracket I have given oxygen, and many more things. So I also described you structure of seeds, where I have drawn the seeds and I have shown you the seed coat and the micropyle and the cotyledon. Then I have discussed with you the seed germination. So what is seed germination? The process by which a seed grows into a baby plant or a seedling is called germination or seed germination. Then I discussed with you the stages of seed germination, where a seed used to be first sown in the soil, then after having proper amount of water, sunlight and warmth and nutrition from soil, it grows into a sapling, then converts itself into a huge plant or tree. This is the process of seeds germination, or we can say the stages of seed germination. Also we have discussed about, do all plants grow from seeds? We have discussed about, do all plants grow from seeds? Here I told you that plants have certain sort of vegetative parts such as stems, leaves, roots. So these vegetative parts also can be planted to grow into different plants. Growing plants from stems, where I have discussed about potato and ginger, and also growing plants from roots, where I have discussed with you about turnip and carrot. Then I have discussed with you about growing plants from leaves, where bryophyllum, a special kind of plant whose leaf, when the plant matured, the matured leaves fall on the soil, and after getting proper nutrition from the soil, it grows into plants. Then I discussed about like growing plants from spores, where I given you example about mushroom. Then dispersal of seed. Yesterday we have discussed about dispersal of seeds, where seed can be, how seeds are dispersed. Dispersed means scattered. So how seeds can be scattered and why it is necessary to disperse the seeds. As I have given you in the last question, why dispersal of seed is important, I have given the answer as well. The process by which seeds travel or are scattered far away from the parent plant is called dispersal of seeds. If seeds are sown very close to each other, they struggle for space, light, air, water and nutrients. So this is the reason. If lots of seeds are planted in a single area, then they will fight for light, space, air and proper warmth and nutrition. So that's why dispersal of seeds are important. So dispersal is carried out by wind, water, animal and explosion also. So where I have discussed about that, how dispersal of wind used to be taken place, then dispersed by water, dispersal by animal, dispersal by explosion. Today I will be giving you one question from the textbook, question number 4. And the question is, how do animals help in the dispersal of seed? The question is, how do animals help in the dispersal of seed? As you can see, I have written in the board, how do animals help in the dispersal of seed? It means how animals help in the scattering of seeds, dispersal of seeds. As I already explained you in the last class, today also I have explained. So let me go to the answer. As you can see in the board, I have written the answer. Many birds and animals eat fruits along with their seeds. The seeds come out of their bodies in their droppings and are scattered in different places where they grow into new plants. And again I will be repeating the answer. Many birds and animals eat fruits along with their seeds. The seeds come out of their bodies in their droppings and are scattered in different places where they grow into new plants. Means, let me explain you the answer. Many animals or birds are there who used to eat the fruits as a whole. It means they used to take the seed as well inside the stomach, which can't be digested. Then later on, what happens? In the form of droppings, the seeds came out, and once it fall down on the soil, after getting proper amount of warmth, then sunlight, then water and nutrition from the soil, it grows into few saplings. So today we have discussed question number 4. In the last class, I will be going to discuss with you about various other question and answer which are still remains from the textbook, as well as I will be doing few fill in the blanks. I will be giving you homework of fill in the blanks and true and false. I want you to go to the question answer which has been done till today. Till then, thank you.